Good morning. It's a bit after 7. Well, I'll be after 7:30 now. This is the whare. Got a couple of platforms. Get 6 people on there. Place to cook up. Got here 7 o'clock last night. There are 4 other people here. German, Swiss and a Kiwi. I didn't find out he was a Kiwi until like I read in the book. But no one really spoke, like not a word. Went down to the river, got some water. Came back, everyone's in bed at 7:30. Yes, I cooked up my dinner and had it outside and then went to bed a bit later on. Didn't get much sleep because they had Christmas lights on their backpacks, so there was just like ambient light all night. No darkness for sleeping. And then at 5:30 they all got up, just making their noise, messing around with their gear. And this bloody thing, it's open now, which is a good thing, but it's got these metal rings on the bottom. And from 5:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning, they were in, they were out, they were in, they were out, they were open, they will close. Like, not one of them thought, hey, why don't we just open it and then it can be open and there's no noise. But anyway, yeah, so that was my morning. So now I've got the peace and quiet, shelter all to myself. It's 8:45. Goodbye to the whare. And off through the pines to Burton's track. From memory, there's at least 2 river crossings today where the feet will get wet. I was last through here 2017, so 5 and a bit years ago. That shelter wasn't there, and these trees were a lot shorter. And there's a bit of a hill at the end of these trees before you go into the bush to Burton's track. And that track was like freshly made, I guess, because the digger was still there. Just to look back at where I've come today, it's only been 20 minutes. Just taking a breather before this big bit of hill. That goes up quite steep. 5 and a bit years ago this was like freshly carved out. On a stile again. Entrance to Burton's track. So that's a bit of a downhill to a river. Lots of slippery pungas and different things along the way. Bit of a view out that way. I can kind of see the sea. Probably Foxton Beach. And over the way we came. Bit of land through there. Might have cell reception up here. Oh, that's what that thing says. I'll have a check out of the weather and different things. Have a sit. Okay, had a coffee and a snack. And time to enter the jungle. There will be mud, vines, slipperiness, falling over, puddles, maybe some goats. It's called a I don't know, corduroy track, where you get the pungas and you lay them all side by side. It's a good way to stop the mud, because if you don't, then there'll be mud. The pungas are good because they're a bit grippy. If you just use like normal wood, like that one, that's slippery, so you've got to be careful. Another good thing about leaving a couple of hours after them noisy buggers is they've cleared up all the cobwebs. And I can see where their tracks have gone, and know where not to stand. If I see a slippy slide, I'll avoid that area. I'm not sure if they know how to use these markers properly. Like, to me that's saying go straight ahead, which is, that's not the way. What the markers need to do is to be pointing left, or one of them at least, and you can do a hairpin turn and go down that way. And the river. I might mess around here for a bit and try and find a way to cross over without getting the feet wet. Last time I was here I had to soak my feet for a long time. I was wearing boots back then. I guess because the shop salesperson was like, oh yeah, you need rugged ankle support and blah blah blah, different things. And now I'm on this side. Just scramble up there and find out what's going on over there. Another river. This time we go upstream. Yes, I remember all of these. Private property, do not enter. Alright, so no longer going along the river. Gonna go up and over a hill. So it's gonna be different than what I remember. Climbing this hill, stopped for an early lunch. I thought I was at the top, but looking at the map, I got another, I think like 120 meters elevation to go. Yeah, I'm at the top, or just past it. There's two, like the really big orange triangles. I think that marks the top. Bit of a flat area up here, like could be a tent spot if you need to. You're on conservation land here, not the private land. And I guess it's downhill from here. That was a bit of an unexpected climb. I wasn't ready for that. I was all set for a little cruisy bit of down the riverside. Alright, that's the end of the, well, I guess it's a permanent detour now. The last 200 meters, yeah, be careful. Fuck, I nearly broke my shit like 3 times. And looking at all the skid marks from the other colleagues along the way, yeah, they had a bit of a rough time too. Anyway, 1 minute to the historical site. Okay, get ready to do the pause for the reading. Alright. I've been here before, so this is where his house was. And back to head north to head south. Just had a bit of a calculation. It's been about 3.5 hours to do 7k. That's including like rest breaks and stuff. But yeah, that's half a k an hour. I hope this improves. 7k to the shelter. Just had a second lunch break. Find it's better having 2 small lunches than one big one. Still on the Burton's track. It's going to stay pretty good like this, and then there'll be like more gorse, and then into some kind of pine area. 3 o'clock, and out of the that track onto this track, and in a little way we have a shelter. That'll be the end of the day, because I'm buggered. Here's the inside of the Tokomaru shelter. All by myself in here tonight. Everyone else is in tents outside. Thank goodness. The cooking. It's the way to go tomorrow. It's 6:45. Everyone's in bed. Where's the cool bit?